Good evening, sleep friends. Today I wanted to read to you a traditional tale from China. It's time to let go of the worries of the day. It's time to snuggle under the covers. Make yourself very comfortable. Even out your breathing. It's time to forget the stresses of your day and enjoy this story entitled The Frog in the Well. A little bit about this story. It comes from a very old fable by a writer named Zhuang Ji in China. And the phrase "a frog in a well" is still used to describe someone ignorant of the wider world. I hope you enjoy this story. There was once a frog who lived in an old stone well. The walls of the well were crumbling brown stone, coated with soft green moss, and the water was cool and clear. No one used the well anymore, so the frog had it all to himself. He had been born in the well, and he lived in the well, and he loved it. It had everything he needed. He sat all day in a damp, mossy crevice between the stones, waiting for an insect to tumble in. Then, ship, his long pink tongue would whip out and the insect would vanish. There would be a faint crunch, and the frog would smile contentedly. Big, juicy flies, clumsy moths, unwary spiders, all kept the frog fat and well fed. Occasionally, he wondered if there should be more to life. But all in all, he wasn't badly off. His particular crevice was so comfortable and gave him a very good view of his world. The world, the frog knew, was small and ringed with ancient stones, with a calm circle of water below and a neat little circle of blue sky above. Mostly this sky was bright and clear, and the water was as smooth as glass, reflecting the sky so clearly that you might almost forget which was which. But then the sky would grow dull and raindrops would skitter, splatter, splash over the water's surface, shattering the illusion. Sometimes a sudden gust of wind would send scraps of leaves whirling across the circle of sky, or tumbling down to float on the surface of the water before slowly sinking. Very rarely, a head might appear and peer curiously down into the mossy depths before vanishing again. But mostly, what happened was nothing much. The frog's nights were long, and his days were short. It did not take the sun long to travel the little expanse of sky overhead. so he had plenty of time to dream. He dreamed of a bigger world with broader horizons and longer days, where other frogs croaked by other waters. Then he would wake, blink slowly at his familiar surroundings, and sigh heavily. These are foolish dreams, he told himself. Look around at the world. You can see how small it is. You know, there are no other frogs in it. One day, he was sitting in his crevice as usual when something new appeared in his circle of sky. It was the head of a creature peering down at him with beady black eyes. But it was like no creature he had ever seen before. The frog stared in amazement. It was covered in wrinkly skin, and when it moved, he saw an enormous domed shell on its back. The thing nodded at him politely. "Hello," it called in an old husky voice. "Hello," croaked the frog. "What kind of creature are you? And where did you come from? I have never seen anything like you before." "I am a turtle," it replied, "and my home is the wide blue ocean. I have swum around the world and visited many places. So if you have not seen me, it is not my fault." The frog puffed up its chest. "I don't believe you," he insisted proudly. "This is the one world, and I have never seen you in it." The turtle chuckled. "If you think this is the only world, then you have much to learn. My little green friend," it said. "Why, this tiny drop of water is as nothing compared to the ocean. The ocean has so much water, the greatest flood cannot fill it, and the hottest drought will not dry it up. Ah, the joy to swim through the foamy waves, riding the ocean currents, and then to dive down among the flickering fish, past bright corals and golden sands." "You know," the turtle went on, "there are many lands and many seas and many different kinds of creatures in all of them." The frog listened, spellbound, as the turtle described its travels. "Such a large world," he thought in amazement. "I never guessed. I wish I could see it." Then he looked at his snug little crevice and familiar circle of water and was scared. What must it be like out there? But adventure tugged at him, and slowly but surely he hopped and crawled from stone to stone, up the sides of the wall, up and out. A cool breeze blew over his damp skin, and he shivered with excitement. Then another frog croaked somewhere nearby. "Just like my dream," he thought, with a little hop of joy. "I'm not alone after all. He gazed around at the wide horizon, amazed by the size and variety of everything he saw. Trees and grasses and stones and sky and water and a bright-eyed turtle watching him. "Thank you, my friend," he told the turtle. "You have opened my eyes. Now I can be an adventurer too." And with that, he hopped off to explore this thrilling new world. Dear sleep friends, I do hope that you enjoyed that traditional tale from China. And I hope that you will always come back for Fairy Tale Friday so that you can sleep well and welcome a wonderful and relaxing weekend ahead. For now, sleep friends, I bid you a very, very good night.